everything in this part of the course built up to one capable agent. A loop, React reasoning, real tools, MCP, skills, and a graph to hold it together. But there is a ceiling. Pile too many responsibilities onto a single agent. Research this, write that, check the numbers, follow the brand rules, fix your own mistakes, and it starts to get muddled. The same way a single person spread across 5 jobs does worse at all of them. So the frontier idea is almost philosophical in its simplicity. Stop trying to build one genius. Build a team. Several focused agents, each good at one thing, working together. That is a multi-agent system, and today we explain how they work and then compare the 3 frameworks people actually reach for to build them: LangGraph, CrewAI, and AutoGen. Quick note before we dig in. If you find this useful, subscribe and drop a topic you want explained in the comments. Now, let us get into it. Here is the whole idea in one sentence. A multi-agent system splits a large task across several specialized agents, each with its own role, instructions, and tools that coordinate and pass work between them. So a complex job is handled by a team of focused experts instead of one overloaded generalist. The intuition is just a company. You do not hire one person to do everything. You hire a researcher, a writer, an editor, and you let them hand work down the line. So why does splitting up actually help beyond the nice metaphor? 3 reasons. First, focus. An agent with one clear role and a small set of tools makes better decisions than one drowning in 20 tools in a sprawling mission, for the same reason we designed narrow tools back in episode 20, less confusion, fewer wrong turns. Second, specialization. You can tune each agent for its job: a precise, careful researcher, a fluent writer, a skeptical critic whose only task is to find flaws, and the friction between them, the critic pushing back on the writer, often produces a better result than any single agent grading its own work. Third, clarity. A team of small agents with defined roles is often easier to understand, test, and fix than one giant prompt trying to be everything at once. Before we compare tools, the common coordination patterns, because how the team is organized is the real design decision. One common shape is the manager pattern, sometimes called orchestrator in workers, where a lead agent breaks the task into pieces and delegates each to a specialist, then assembles their results. Another is the sequential pipeline, an assembly line. The researcher's output becomes the writer's input becomes the editor's input, each agent handing off down the chain. And a third is the conversation, where several agents share a discussion and a coordinator decides who speaks next, letting them debate and build on each other until they converge. Most real systems are a blend, but those 3, manager, pipeline, and conversation, are the building blocks, and interestingly, the 3 frameworks we are about to compare each lean toward one of them. So let us compare the big 3 honestly, because the brief is to name real tools and tell the truth about them. Start with CrewAI. Its whole philosophy is roles. You define a crew of agents the way you would staff a project. This one is the researcher with this goal, that one is the writer, and CrewAI handles the coordination with very little code. The result is that it is the easiest of the 3 to pick up, and it shines when your task splits naturally into clear roles. The trade is that you get less fine-grained control over the exact flow. You are working within its role-based way of thinking. Next, LangGraph, which we just met. Its philosophy is explicit structure. In a multi-agent system, each agent, or each role, becomes a node in the graph, and the edges control exactly how work flows between them, with the shared state we discussed carrying information across the whole team. That makes LangGraph the most powerful and controllable of the 3, and the most production-ready, because you can express any pattern, manager, pipeline, or conversation precisely, with retrees, branches, and human approval baked in. The trade is the steepest learning curve. You are drawing the machine yourself, which is more work but more control. Then AutoGen from Microsoft Research, whose philosophy is conversation. Its natural style is a group of agents talking to each other in a shared chat, with a mechanism deciding who speaks next, so a team can discuss and refine a solution together. It made conversational, chatty multi-agent collaboration easy and popular, and it sits in the middle on both ease and control. One honest note for 2026, this space is moving fast. AutoGen has been evolving and folding into Microsoft's broader agent tooling, so if you adopt it, check its current state rather than an old tutorial. That advice, frankly, applies to all 3. So, the short version of the comparison. CrewAI, easiest role first, great when work splits into clear jobs. LangGraph, most control and most production ready, when you need precise flow, loops, and reliability at the cost of a steeper curve. AutoGen, conversation first when you want agents that collaborate by talking. There is no single winner, only a fit for your problem. And one crucial honest caution because the hype here is loud. Multi-agent is not automatically better. More agents means more model calls, more cost, more latency, and more ways for the team to miscommunicate or spiral. A great many tasks are still best served by one good agent, the kind we spent this whole part building. Reach for a team only when the task genuinely has distinct subjobs, or when the back and forth between specialists, like a writer and a critic, clearly improves the result. Complexity is a cost, paid on purpose. So how does this land depending on who you are? As an individual, you mostly meet multi-agent systems inside products that quietly run a research crew or a writer and reviewer pair behind a single button. You feel the quality, not the team. As a startup, the advice is to resist starting here. Get one solid agent working first and split into a team only when you hit that wall where one agent is clearly overloaded. Then pick the framework that matches your style. CrewAI to move fast, LangGraph for control. And as a large enterprise, multi-agent maps naturally onto how you already organize work, departments, and handoffs. But the same enterprise rules apply: doubled, every agent permissioned, every handoff logged, and a clear owner accountable for the team's output, because more autonomy demands more governance, not less. So let us bring it home. When one agent buckles under a big task, you split the work across a team of specialized agents that coordinate and hand off, organized as a manager, a pipeline, or a conversation, and built with CrewAI for easy role-based crews, LangGraph for precise and production-grade control, or AutoGen for conversational collaboration, used only when the task truly warrants the extra cost. That completes our tour of agents and the frameworks that build them. But every agent and every team we have built so far has a quiet amnesia. The moment a task ends or the context window fills, it forgets. To work over days, to remember you and what you told it last week, an agent needs real memory, short-term and long-term. And that, how agents remember, is the part of the course we begin next. That is the core of it. If this helped, hit like and subscribe, ring the bell for the next deep dive, and tell me in the comments what you want broken down next. Thanks for watching.